Yeah, they did a good job mixing up their looks and giving us different stuff, and just had to adapt to it. And hard to say exactly without being able to break down the film and see exactly what happened, but we just got to learn from it. And I hate saying this, but it's a long season, and as much as we want to win today, we can't pack it in.
Obviously, I haven't looked at the film yet, but what do you think went wrong with the run game? Only 50 or 60 yards there.
Yeah, obviously expect to have more than that, but it's hard to give an answer because I'm just looking at things from my perspective, and then pictures on the sideline, and you got to check out the whole thing. But from what I saw, they did a really good job mixing it up and giving us looks we weren't expecting, and had to regroup. And I thought we did a decent job in the second half doing that, and obviously got the lead back. And they're a really good team though, so had our opportunities and it was close, but didn't get enough to win.
In a pretty hectic fourth quarter there. I mean, division game week 1. How do you think your young quarterback in Penix handled it?
Yeah, I thought he played like an absolute stud. Just his determination and the way he leads us offensively, and what he showed today, I think he's going to continue to do really good things for us.
Jake, I know you mentioned that it's a long season, but what's important about keeping perspective that as much as this is a divisional game that you guys really wanted to win, that it is a long season and there's a long way to go?
I think it just kind of comes with being a pro. You got to understand one game can't make you, at the same time it can't break you. So take our lumps, learn from it. Obviously, you're going to still be pretty frustrated the next few hours and days, but that's part of being a pro, is you got to learn how to fix it. And then we got a huge matchup next week that we got to be ready for, and we can't be thinking about today when that time comes.
Jesse, that second half, was that just Baker being Baker, kind of making some plays there at the end? Because you guys started off so strong, 2, 3 and outs to start the game. Does that kind of happen in the second half, just different play calling there?
Yeah, Baker's a gamer. Got a lot of respect for him. Usually when things aren't going well for offense, quarterbacks start getting a little bit more antsy. They want to start making plays, and that's what Baker does. He extends plays, and he's able to use his feet and keep some drives going for them, and that creates points for them. So, props to those guys.
Kind of what you're talking about, Baker's ability to extend those plays. How much do you think that was a big contributing factor to them ultimately getting it done?
Yeah, that's what he does for their team. We understood that going into the game. We knew that we had to have a great rush plan to keep him in the pocket, and we let him out a couple times for sure.
What do you think about Michael's performance today? He had that 2 fourth-down runs in the fourth quarter, extending the drive and then the touchdown run. What do you think about his play?
Yeah, he had a QB1 type of performance. He's our quarterback for a reason, and when there's tough plays got to be made, he's touching the ball every single play, and we got complete trust in what he's able to do, whether it's throwing, whether he's extending plays with his feet. Michael Penix is going to be all right, if you guys can't tell.
Jesse, I'm sorry if you were asked about this. We talked all offseason about the aggression that you guys wanted to play with on defense and the intensity. How much do you feel like that was kind of on display tonight?
Yeah, I think it was on display. I really do. Feel like we, had a short field. I thought that we could, force a field goal after that punt return. Stuff like that. That's what elite defenses do. You force offenses to kick field goals in those situations, and that's a whole different ball game. So there's a lot to learn. This is just game 1, and I think I'm proud of what we displayed out there, and we'll be all right.
Like I said, we're going to go back and see what it is and come together as all 11 and find we set a pretty good identity today, but just build on it from here.
Kyle, how would you describe the effort of your quarterback, especially on that last touchdown that he scored? You had a pretty good vantage point of that.
Yeah, I think it was great to see him dive like that. He looked a little taller than he is. He was stretching like that, but it was great to see and just put his body in line for his teammates.
How do you guys turn these tiny moments into something that can be successful next week and on Sunday Night Football?
Just seeing the positives in it, and obviously, no game will be perfect, and we'll just build on it from here.
You guys obviously didn't get the win, but you had a nice game today, making a lot of catches, big plays. What was that like, going out there week 1, making a lot of plays?
I mean, it's good on the stat sheet, but we didn't get a win, so that'll be my new tool. We get a win.
And how do you not let a week 1 loss to a rigid opponent affect snowfall moving forward?
Just find our mistakes. Don't dwell on it. After we fix it, wash it, and get ready for next week.
We'd like to talk to Koo, but he bounced. He's not here.
Yeah.
So leaving you guys to talk to him. You guys still have confidence in him as your kicker?
Every day. No one's perfect. Obviously, sometimes you may miss him, but we still believe him. We back him, and that's what it is.
We look pretty good. Just gotta make the plays that count. The guy that have it. So, we had a lot of on defense. We had a lot of ops at the ball, dropped them. And those, determine the impact of the game at the end. So the outcome, with us just making plays when they're there, that's what we got to do.
I know it's early and with the tape. What do you think about the young guys making their NFL debuts in Pearson, Jalen?
No, they all good. I feel like my day in the back end was pretty smooth. A lot of pressure in the front, turning around, seeing the guys celebrate and things like that. So it looked good.
Overall, what was the highlight in terms of the defense, the way you guys played, and what's something you want to correct as you get ready for the road next week?
Yeah, I feel like we played pretty hard. Solid game, like I said, just had a few ops that we didn't capitalize on that determined the outcome of the game, putting us in a position that we didn't really have to be in. But that's the name of the game, just got to be able to get those ops, get the ball back to our offense, or, make plays on both ends where we can go put points on the board.
We would have loved to talk to Youngway, but he bounced. He wasn't here.
Say it again?
I said we would have loved to talk to Youngway, but he's not here. He bounced.
Okay.
Do you still have confidence in him, and what would you say to him about picking himself up and moving forward?
Yeah, man, we got a lot of trust and belief in him, and supreme confidence. His role is one of one. So it's either going to be good or bad every time he stepped to kick the field goals or anything. So as long as the team lean with him, know that we trust him, and just keep letting him know, we out for him. We keep lifting him up, things like that, week in, week out. He'll continue to build his confidence and go out there and kick the next one.
What was the biggest challenge at Mayfield and the Bucs offense today?
Really just emphasis on keeping Baker in the pocket, making him, be a quarterback from the pocket and not extend plays and things like that.
What are some of the main takeaways you're going to take from this game into Minnesota next weekend?
Just make the plays out of there and, be able to get off the field, get the ball back to our offense, and create turnovers.
You guys started off really strong, forcing those 2 early 3 and outs. The second half, was that just Baker being Baker?
Yeah, I mean, we went over there and we had a lot of adjustments that we made and stuff like that. But yeah, you playing great players on the other side too. But we got to do our deal, and I feel like as a defense tonight we play pretty stout. But I definitely think there's stuff we can improve on.
You say stuff you can improve on. Is there one thing in particular you think needs to be improved upon for next week?
I would say just keeping the quarterback in the pocket, sort of like you said, like just Baker, using his legs, getting out of there. So just containing the quarterback, and I'd say just for myself, being tighter in coverage down the field. So that's what I want to improve on next week, and so we're going to get it done.
Billy, apologies if this has already been asked, but what do you make of your just first performance here, just first regular season game?
Yeah, I feel solid. I feel like it was a good tone setter. Good one to come out here with a divisional opponent. We're gonna see him again. So I just feel like it was a good first one. And it's only up from here though.
Can you walk us through the play when you got back to the backfield to get Mayfield? Can you walk us through the play?
Yeah, just third down. We had a blitz call on. Knew they was gonna motion, so trying to disguise it as much as possible because a lot of time at the nickel spot, they're reading you, and so if you show it too early, they're gonna pick you up for sure. So just trying to disguise it and just getting back there, and Baker's a stout guy, so you just gotta make sure you hold on when you're going in there.
Went out there, did some good things, did some bad things, but just come back next week and try to correct the bad things so we can come out with a win.
What do you make of your performance just in general?
It's first game. Feel like I, did some good things, did some bad things. Just continue to improve each week. But yeah, just got my feet wet, so just ready to see the improvement each and every week.
Seems like it's a game of inches. Looks like AJ almost had an interception. You almost had a tip. They scored a touchdown. Just is it the small moments that kind of define games in your mind?
Yeah, when you look back on those things, look at, like I said, those moments, there were inches. I know the pass of Baker went right above my hands. Wish I had thrown back, and then I had dropped the interception again. So, like I said, those details are what matter. So, like I said, just coming back again next week, correcting all those things.
Walk us through that almost pick that you had that you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what coverage we were running, but I had a good read on it. Saw where he was throwing it. I didn't jump high enough. I didn't get close enough. It was a good throw as well, but just had a good read on it. Didn't capitalize.
I know you don't have a sample size from last year, but you guys were playing with a lot of intensity. How would you describe the level of intensity this defense is playing with as a unit?
Yeah, I mean, just all season we kind of instilled the our physical mindset, the intensity of this defense, who we are as a defense, our standards. So we went out there and showed it, but we just got to be better.
Xavier, I know it's game one, but what is the biggest thing you think this defense as a unit needs to improve upon for next week?
I feel like just capitalizing on our moments. Like I said earlier, we had some opportunities to get the ball. Getting the ball changes the game, and we didn't capitalize on that.
What do you think was the best thing you guys did as a unit today?
I think we started fast. Defensively, I think we started with a 3 and out. So we, started fast. We had some good tackles, played good coverage. Yeah.
Like all the runs were going to the left. Was that something y'all tried to attack and got to your side later in the game?
Just nothing. I didn't even think of it in the moment, so kind of just out there playing, so I'm not sure.
What do y'all got to do to get the run game going? Y'all were 10th in the league last year and just 53 yards today.
Yeah, obviously not our best day. Tampa's obviously a very good front and statistically has been so, but we need to be better, and we know that, so we can be our best offense, and that wasn't our best foot forward today.
How would you describe what Tampa was doing defensively to really mitigate the run today?
Just their style of defense. They have their front pressures, change up the looks, and like I said, they got good personnel. So, we need to be better. Need to make sure we hit every chance we get, and so we can get more opportunities. Anything with the run game is you need to be efficient so you can get more opportunities, and we weren't.
How would you describe the effort from your quarterback, especially on that last touchdown that he scored?
I just think it shows who he is, and the competitor he is, and the competitiveness of this team, this offense. I think it was 90 yards over 6 minutes to get it done. Obviously, we'd like to score faster than 5 plays inside the 5, but at the end of the day, Mike got the job done, and he put us on his back and scored there. So I just think it speaks to the character of him and the competitiveness of us.
Yeah, with no preseason, this new era of him being QB1, how do you think he handled the moment, the poise, and the command in the huddle, and leading this offense?
Excellent. His communication in the huddle was great. His communication with the receivers was awesome. Awareness of the play clock, those are the little details that usually slip away. And I think, we had those 2 drives where we had penalties, but I think overall it was fairly clean other than those 2 drives. And I think Mike was a big part in that.
What do you think about Younghoe Koo? Do you guys have confidence in him? I know he's made a lot of the kicks for this franchise in the past. What's your confidence level in him right now?
100%. Koo is a pro's pro, and he's got as many big moments in the last 5-6 years as anybody. And so we have full belief in him, and I do too. So, we're going to get it done. It's a long season, and we're going to get it right.
Have you guys had a chance to talk to him yet?
I have not, no.
We're going to bring so much positivity into this week, so, we're going to be, harping on that side of it, so we don't have a result like that again.
How'd you think Mike handled the moment today?
I think he did great. Especially for the first game of the season. And, obviously he played the preseason, so, that was a great outing for him. And he looked comfortable. He understood what he had to do, where he had to place the balls and get the calls out. So he did a great job with that.
I think all of y'all have said you had confidence in his ability to get yards with his legs, but nobody else had really seen that.
No doubt.
A couple of plays, in the red zone there, where he really made short key plays.
Yeah.
No surprise to that?
No, not at all. Mike's an athlete, which obviously helps his offense and extend his offense a lot more. It's great that he has athletic ability to get those kind of runs and to get, those yards when it's needed. And obviously we all know, like I said a month ago, he was broke 4-4, so he's not slow. So it's good to see him, get those extra yards when they're needed.
What about on that last touchdown drive by y'all? A lot of craziness going on with some reviews, things like that. What was his demeanor and message to you all during that period?
Oh yeah, he was just we're good. We got this time. We got to put the ball in the end zone, no matter how it looks. Run past. We just got to get it in there. And for us, it was a long drive, but we knew that we had the opportunity to score and to put the game away. And obviously, we try to do that, but sometimes results aren't what you expect and what you see. But as long as we continue to build the whole offense around what we do best and run game, pass games, doesn't matter what we do. We have to put it on film, and we have to be the best at it at the end of the day.
A few 4th and short conversions, some made, some not. Do you like that mindset from the offensive coordinator to go for it?
Yeah, absolutely. He has confidence in us. Obviously, we want to get some of those plays back. But just to see that he has a lot of confidence in us, and this is still his first game too. I think it was good to see, and obviously we'll execute it for the next time we run ours.